Now, a Scandinavian airline is currently running a competition, and the prize is that a gay couple will get to be married in mid-air. We love this idea. But what we loved more was an email we received this week from two Aussie entrants. Here's a bit of their email that we especially loved. They wrote, after 23 years together, we feel it's time that our relationship had some kind of recognition in the country we were born in. If by some amazing miracle we won this comp, the marriage would be legal in many countries, but not our own. We want to send a message to Julia Gillard and the Australian public that they have nothing to fear by us getting married. We just love each other. That's all.
Yeah. Well, would you please welcome the two guys who read that email, Antony and Ron.
Welcome. To have you on, guys.
Lovely to be here.
Now, tell us about this competition. We are trying to get you some votes because the public vote for the couple they love the most, and that couple wins. So
exactly.
We'll give the comp a plug first, and then we can move on to how gorgeous you are.
Okay. So it's Scandinavian Airlines, based in Sweden.
Yeah.
So the prize is a flight business class between Stockholm and New York.
Yes.
The ceremony will take place in the air.
Yep.
So then you arrive in New York, big reception there, night out at La Cage, 3 nights in New York. And
I don't know what that is, but it sounds fab.
La Cage au Fort.
Oh, La Cage au Fort, the bird cage.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And then, so 3 nights in New York and then 3 nights in LA and then back to Australia.
So how did you come onto the competition? Because I had a look on the website last night and it said European couples could enter and then US couples for the return flight. So, but I noticed there was 16 other Aussie couples as well.
Yeah, that's right.
But they were our favourite, of course, of coming on. But yeah, how did you guys approach it?
Well, it was really suggested. Well, we were suggested or brought forward from a friend who just said, "You guys have to do this." So I guess it was a bit of peer pressure initially, but you know, we've always, I guess, looking for ways to celebrate our love together, and also, you know, the other side of that is to explain that, you know, that safe-sex marriage is not legal here and still in this country, and that we feel it's really important as representatives that have been together for such a long time and are still also in love to make sure that we get our voice heard.
Now, how old were you when you met?
7.
I don't think that's legal either.
I was 23.
23.
And I was 19 at the time, and we were at we met. We were both studying drama at Prahran College of Tafe 23 years ago. We became sort of firm drinking buddies more than anything. In some ways, we were more adversaries in class. I think we clashed a lot because we were very passionate about our views on things, and I think the flip side of that was that we actually really respected each other for having those views. And 23 years later, we're still fighting about lots of little things.
Ron, can I ask you what you think that the perception with the Australian public is? Why do you think there is such a problem with people having to recognise that it's exactly the same as a heterosexual marriage?
Well, I don't think that there necessarily is a problem with the public. I think, you know, that it's well known now that 60% of Australians do support same-sex marriage within this country. I think the issue is to make sure that we keep yelling about it until someone actually listens to that.
It's just the label of the word marriage, isn't it? I mean, like, polls has gone up for same-sex marriage as it's gone along. I mean, acceptance of gay people has just grown and grown. It's been fantastic, but it's still got a way to go, of course. But it's that word, isn't it? That's what gets the conservative people, and the word marriage and this marriage institution, all that kind of thing. It's just,
we don't understand the fear in that, though. I mean, if Ron and I got married tomorrow, it's not going to affect anybody. It's just our way of you know, getting some merit and saying that our relationship is as important as anyone else's relationship. And a lot of gay people don't want to get married, and that's fine, you know. But
they need to have a choice. I don't want to get married either, but I have the choice to do so.
Exactly, you do, Chrissy.
I think a great way to look at it is, and I do this whenever I'm, you know, asked my opinion on an issue, I try and reverse it, and I think, okay, so if it was me, if heterosexual marriage was not the norm, how would I feel? And I would feel like I had a right to get married to the chippy if I wanted to. So I think it's important to reverse it around and just see that there is nothing wrong with it. There isn't. There's nothing to fear. Exactly as you say.
Yeah.
Can I just show the viewers at home some of the photos of you guys who've been together for such a long time? And I mean, it really is adorable, and it kind of does blow my mind that by law you can't get married in this country. Look at these young, spunky boys. Was that the first week you met?
Yeah, that was the
first. Oh, you did some music as well.
Very fancy. Can I ask you, what do you think would change about your relationship were you to get married?
Look, possibly nothing, you know, but just knowing that the people of Australia and the government of Australia will realise that we are a valid couple, and we pay our taxes and we're law-abiding, you know, and so we have the right, as much as anybody else, to be married if that's what we want to be, and we do.
It's funny, we had, leading up to the federal election, we had 2 ministers from different parties, and we proposed the question here on the Circle, why do you not support same-sex marriage? And yeah, there's just this general reluctance and block, and both of them just sort of went, no, that's the way it is. It's heterosexual marriage. That's sorry, and they wouldn't really discuss it anymore.
Because they can't rationalise it, is why.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I mean, there's legalities in the relationship which have gotten better, and look, better, which is great. I mean, because it's all about progress, and look, that's thank you very much to the gay campaigners who just have been hitting, and it has. I mean, there's lots of de facto laws which are great. It's the stigma of marriage, and I found it very interesting during the election when you had both leaders on. And look, Tony Abbott, I'm not a fan, and he's just he's a conservative, and you go, okay, well, I understand Tony Abbott's not going to like it, fair enough, but Julia Gillard I found interesting because as a self-confessed atheist, I wondered whether the people in the Labor Party who are the strategists have said, look, we may have lost, because unfortunately there are some kind of crazy religious people who get involved in the whole marriage thing, and you wonder, you know, we may have lost some people in the whole atheist thing, so we're going to tame it down. So we're going to toe the line with the gay marriage. Because I'd really love to ask that the minute that Julia Gillard retires from office, I'd love to ask her opinion on gay marriage then.
See, I don't know. Find it really hard to believe that she really thinks that way. I mean, she says it goes against tradition. Well, she's a single woman in a de facto relationship who's become Prime Minister. Yeah. And she's got red hair.
Yeah.
You don't want to pick on her because but this is where it's going to happen. Is going to politicians.
I think too the other issue is I'm someone who's married, and what annoys me is when I see heterosexual couples abuse the right of marriage and don't respect what marriage is, and that really annoys me because I see so many couples like yourselves, committed, loyal, monogamous relationship for so long. You deserve to share what heterosexual couples share in a marriage. And
thank you, George.
I think if you try and apply it to everyone else, it really annoys me because there's so many heterosexual couples who really they abuse it completely all the time.
Yeah, well said. Well, thank you so much for coming on and telling your story, and good luck with the competition as well. Please thank Anthony and Ron, folks.
Before we go, though, I do want to say you can get online. It's really important. The competition ends on Sunday. And wouldn't it be great if we could get Antony and Ron in the air to get married? So get onto our website. All the details are there, and vote.
Yeah, and also do email us with your thoughts about gay marriage and also about Scandinavian Airlines or whatever you've got. Email us in. Well, it is Thursday, and you are with us here on The Circle.